Coach Franny here with 77 years of life experience and 23 in coaching with a total of 44 in teaching and coaching. So let's talk about tonight's game between the Sparks and the Las Vegas Aces. This was a Commissioner's Cup game, and the Aces were missing Jackie Brown, and they've been missing Gray also. But I knew Jackie Brown was sick the other night. She did not play well at all. So I was happy to see that they put Kate Martin in the starting lineup. I love that kid, and I know Becky does too, because she's got a great basketball IQ, and she's a team player. She's what you want on a team. She's not going to complain about anything, and she just wants to get out there and play. And that's also kudos to Lisa Bluter for the types of teams that she raised when she had a superstar in Caitlin Clark. So I thought that was a great pickup for Becky Hammond and the Aces. The Sparks were down 14-0 right off the bat, and I still think he was searching for a lineup, and he certainly didn't like it. He had already called 2 timeouts, and then finally he ended up just taking the whole first string out, which was Brink, Jackson, Hamby. He left her in, Nurse, and Clarendon. And when he brought in McDonald, Ure, Talbot, Hamby, and Brown. And I was really pleased to see that he did not start Lexi Brown. He brought her in off the bench where she needs to come in from, because she is a great lifter of spirits, and she's able to get her feet set that way if she's not having to bring the ball up or try to be a point guard or that type of thing. She's a good defensive player, and she's starting to hit her offensive stride and be ready for her points to be scored, and she can really lift them there. I was so proud of the Sparks, because they never gave up. They came, it was 21-26 at the half after starting 14-0. So they finally decided to play some team defense and do some things that they needed to do to get back into the game. And it was that group from the bench players that got them into the game. So I was very disappointed in the Aces. They started strong, and then they just thought this was going to be a game that the Sparks hadn't done anything. So when things didn't start going their way, Kelsey Plum was real solid. Asia Wilson was solid as normal. They were their 2 top scorers. And then they got some from Hayes, which they picked up out of retirement. And so she was real solid for them. But Becky Hammond got 2 technical fouls in this game. And I think part of that was her realizing that she has kind of lost control of her team. She made a comment on TV the other day I'm not sure which team is going to show up, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. So they hadn't lost 3 games last year until August, and they are already, their record right now is 5-4, and she must be pulling her hair out because she's got some trouble with Gray being out. And but the trouble really is stemming from the monsters that she has created in Plum and Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson had my vote for MVP until I continued to watch how she's playing. And if you watch off the ball, Wilson and Plum get away with more fouls than anybody that I've ever seen. And she hammered Hamby, Asia did, as well as Brink, but yet expects a call if anything that's close to her. So this is what I'm calling the Aces now. It's the floppers and the whiners. They're taking their lessons early to get into Hollywood, I think, because take a look at Asia Wilson's picture that's coming up on the screen before the game. I looked at that and said, who is the gray-haired woman in that picture? And it was Asia Wilson. I thought they had gotten a new girl. But that they're in a land of fantasy right now, and they're playing a drama out there. They need to get back to what they do well, which is just playing the game of basketball, not asking for any favors from the officials. They feel like they have been now the defending champions for 2 years, so you need to not call anything against me because I'm pretty good. Both of them have that kind of attitude. And I think Becky Hammon was a gal that let her game speak for itself. So she ended up getting 2 technicals. I think one was really out of frustration because she couldn't get them to do the things that she knows that they're capable of doing. So she didn't want any part of it and left early. So I'm telling you, she's got to stop the whining and she's got to stop the flopping. A'ja Wilson almost got hurt on one of her flops because she went up against Cameron Brink and tried to twist her way out of Brink's way so that she wouldn't block the shot. Cameron didn't barely, if she touched her, I was surprised. But anyway, she landed on the floor very, very hard and created a little drama. And then she got up and was okay because she shot 2 free throws after that. So that's stuff I think you got to point out to them. Look at Kelsey Plum off the ball. She holds everybody that there is, pulling on their jersey, this and that. But whenever she goes in for a layup or she shoots a 3-point, count how many times she falls on the ground and begs for a call. And then if either of them don't get it, they're mouthing off to the officials constantly. And Wilson should have gotten the first technical that they gave to Hammon, but they have to stop that. This is why they're 5-4. These guys are moving on to their Hollywood career and not serious about how they're playing basketball right now. So stop. Good kudos to the Sparks, who really played great as a team. Everybody had a little spark in their step. I loved McDonald. I just absolutely love her. I think she should be the starting guard, and I'll tell you why. She's got a much better sense of distribution of the ball, but she's not afraid to step up when her shot is available and they're guarding everybody else. She'll either drive, kick, or she'll take that shot. If she misses, she misses, but she's not going to stand there, and that's what happened in the first quarter. With that big lineup, they were all just standing around, and Clarendon couldn't really get them into moving. McDonald can by the things that she contributes, so real high on her, and I think Clarendon is a good relief person for her, but I'd like to see her be the starting guard in the lineup, I think. So that, for me, that's how I would work it. And then I love Talbot. She came in. She's always going to work hard. She's a good player. She'll give you lifts at time. But kudos to Burrell. She sat on that bench, came in the game, probably played 4 minutes, but she stepped up when it was her time. And she knew that she's a shooter and she can make that shot. She didn't hesitate. She scored 6 points at the end of the game, which really helped them stay on top. So it was a total team effort. Jackson played one of her best games. Brink had 4 blocks in that game. So they didn't care who the glory went to. And Hamby had her usual double-double. Nurse was a little had a tough shooting night. But they hung together as a team, and that's what made the difference in the win. So kudos to the Sparks team and Coach Miller for not giving up and figuring it out. And so we'll see how they play the next one. And hopefully they learned a little bit from this game. But Sparks did a great job. Aces need to stop whining, stop being the drama queens, and just play basketball the way that you know how to play. Do not beg for calls. You're better than that. Okay, this is Franny's Corner. So hopefully you learned a little bit on my insight anyway. And have a great day. And don't forget to subscribe below there and tell your friends about it. Okay, that's my take on the game. Bye.